Hey guys, Museman here, back with another Identity 5 video. And this video is going to be a little bit different than what I usually post out because I'm actually going to be showing you all some of my Lucky Guy Survivor gameplay this video. So yeah, let's take a look. Alright, so the first match we're going to take a look at is a match where both of these matches that I'm going to show you, I was playing Lucky Guy, and this is ranked mode. I'm currently in Elk right now, so I can't say this is like high tier gameplay or anything, but anyways, I thought you all might like to watch my Survivor a little bit, so I'm just trying to look around, see where this feaster is coming from. And the seer actually ends up coming over here. The feaster actually ends up around there, so he's going to try to place his tentacles here to try to hit me on the inside, and of course, that's going to be really tough to do. So unless this feaster is carrying Blink, it's going to be impossible for him to really reach me from in here. So he actually placed a tentacle on me, and I end up just coming way back inside so that he's not able to reach me from there. And I see that I thought right here that he was going to be going for a different target, so I just kind of went back to decoding, and I'm like, oh wait, he's actually coming. So I just jumped right outside hospital. And being that I didn't have a ton of ground on him, I decided to make my way to these pallets here. These pallets aren't particularly great against Feaster because, as I've said in my own videos before, you can't really tight kite a Feaster. And he was catching up to me, so I'm just going to throw that pallet down. I'm going to run around, and obviously this tentacle is not going to be able to hit me. I'm going to take this, go for the boost, and I'm going to make my way over to 2 pallet. And that actually ends up hitting me. I thought I was out of radius, but being that I've got that veteran buff, I decided to transition over. And this feaster is actually running Peeper, and I used to do that. I used to run Peeper on feaster, but the thing with a lot of these hunters is if you're not too comfortable with your starting chase, don't run Peeper. You need the first down then, even if it might be like a draw setup. You'll still lose if you can't get a first down in a timely manner. So this feaster is still chasing me around here. I was lucky that missed. The feaster's got a huge hitbox. I was kind of surprised that that didn't hit. I also get really lucky with this window vault here, that he ended up hitting the wall instead. But now that I'm in ruins, I know I can kite for a decent time. So this has already been looks like 2, almost 3 Cypher kite. So I know we're in really, really good shape. Although, again, if I get down here, Feaster can come back with camping. And I was actually lucky that he didn't activate that tentacle there. And what I do here is I start circling this tentacle. I know that if he activates the tentacle while I'm circling it, it's not going to activate. Also, tentacles don't usually go off when don't usually hit when a survivor is vaulting, unless if it's from the other side. So as a feaster, I don't recommend doing that. And I'm going to make my way over to these pallets here. Start working my way out of ruins. I decided this would be a perfect time to transition. I'm going to hide behind that wall so that tentacle doesn't hit. And I see the feaster is going for this window here. So if this feaster was carrying Blink or Patroller, there could have been plenty of opportunities for him to be able to down me earlier. And the Cypher's pretty much prime now, so I get down, but I'm going to end up getting right back up with and I'm going to make my way around Shack, sort of transition back to this 2 pallet area. What I'm doing now is I'm just trying to buy my survivors time, although the feaster decided that he wasn't going to chase me anymore, so I end up freed from the feaster's chase. I kind of thought he would be just going for me there, but he ends up chasing the seer for a little bit and actually ends up downing the seer. You can see that there, but I'm going to finish opening this gate. The cowboy is actually going to harass quite a bit, which is really nice. So once the seer gets picked up, the cowboy's actually able to lasso, and I think they're all able to get to gate. So what I decided to do here is, I don't know what's happening here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna break this tentacle here so I can run out freely if I need. But I'm gonna make my way, I know the basement's here, so I'm gonna run in the basement, grab myself a controller. And the seer actually ends up getting down. So I'm gonna grab a controller, and the whole idea behind that was just if they needed to do like a rescue or something, it's obviously not safe for a survivor to attempt to rescue if the hunter has detention. And I'm just gonna remove this tentacle there for a little bit just to prevent myself from getting crows. The entomologist, you can see, is freed. I'm gonna make my way over here for a little bit, and I'm gonna make my way into the gate. So now I'm free again, and I'm gonna start running my way over. Now two of the survivors escaped, so I'm pretty much free here. But I was like, if he needs a body block or something, I got him, but I end up being forced out. And yeah, so now we're gonna take a look at the next gameplay. This one isn't quite as strong of a kite as my last one, although I didn't do bad at all. I spawned at first stop. Now, a lot of survivors will question whether you should break the trees first, prime the trees, or what you should do about that. I just say, unless you're starting to get to a key cipher in endgame, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and start decoding, just because the cipher rush is more important here. Now, I make a dumb move. I accidentally get back into the car. I meant to vault the window, but I accidentally got back into the car. And I vault this window, and I forgot to look out for the fireball that was following me, so I actually get fireballed really quickly. But I'm going to use my veteran buff, and I'm going to transition my way across bridge. So the thing that makes Moonlit really hard to kite on is that it's a really, really open area. And I'm going to pallet camp here, jump scare the axe boy there. So I end up getting a pallet stun there. So I'm going to go ahead, make my way to these pallets. I'm actually playing with Blue Ripper, who's the seer in this match, and he's like, I'm decoding intent, I'm decoding intent, lead him away from 10. And I was like, okay, I can do that. Now, at this point, he decided to start spectating me because he didn't know if the axe boy was going to be able to catch up to me. But I actually am able to successfully make my way into these two pallets here. And what I'm doing here is I'm avoiding the corrupt area so that I won't get fireballs that are following me. So that was kind of my thought process there. I actually end up coming to this 2 pallet here. And you can see I've transitional kited him so hard right now. I didn't even do much pallet looping there, just straight up transition. And there's a tree here, so but he actually ends up getting a lucky hit through the pallet there. The coordinator is going to come for the rescue, which is fine because coordinator's an instant rescue. So that was enough to about get the first wave of ciphers done. One of the ciphers pop. Surely one of them will soon be following. But the coordinator is going to be coming for the rescue. You can see 3 ciphers remaining. And X-Boy's camping is actually, it's good, but it's tough. I have no idea how that wasn't a terror shock. Okay. The X-Boy kind of got scammed out of a terror shock there, but the flare gun ends up coming. I'm going to go ahead and right back to that transitioning I told you all about. Luckily, there's no trees over here, so really, if there's no trees in an area, you're essentially kiting a Dream Witch follower. I mean, that's kind of what it is. And I'm going to make my way. I'm just going to throw these pallets down. And I actually end up evading that fireball there. So you see how I'm looking behind myself a lot when I kite. That's actually what you need to be doing. And now I'm just like, okay, I'm going to try to make my way around this area here. Ripper, I think I'm going to need a bird here. And I specifically evade the fireball, but I know the acceleration is going to make it so that he's going to be able to get a hit, and I actually end up getting a seer bird there. And so already I've got a pretty decent rebound kite going on. So I'm going to throw down this pallet. and I'm gonna get the speed boost, and that's gonna allow me to get up the staircase faster than the axe boy can catch up to me. So I'll be able to get up to this window. I think he was expecting me to drop down right away. So what I do is I wait to make sure that he's following me. Now at this point, I don't know what trait he's got on him. Yeah, I don't really know what he's carrying, but he ends up, oh, actually, no, I do. He teleported, and I'm actually not playing with, I'm actually not, when I record, I don't get like audio effects, so I didn't hear like the teleport thing, but I think this is Ripper's like first time kiting against an axe boy, but you can see he does the same thing that I do, which is look behind him a lot as he kites, and that is particularly important as a seer, so you're able to gain your stacks faster. Although against an axe boy, which I think Ripper could have done better in this match, is that he could have also paid attention to where the fireball was at. He got a couple of close calls there that could have been more easily predicted, but he hasn't played against axe boy much post rework, so and he's gonna start making his way around to these pallets here. Now if I were the seer in this case, I would have just made my way to working carousel, but he sort of took a break, so it might be a little bit of out of practice at the moment and not quite used to these new reworks, but you can see he's still doing a really solid job here. He's pallet looping. The only thing I would really say here is I would have just made my way to working carousel, and I think we actually sort of frustrated this axe boy here, and I think he's just waiting for his teleport to cool down, and he actually, Ripper's like, okay, he's heading 2-story, pop it, pop it, pop it, and now the axe boy made his way to my cipher, and I end up getting to the top of 2-story, no issue, and I can see through the fireballs that a survivor's going to first stop, and the Enchantress is actually getting chased right now. So she uses a different strategy than what I was. She uses more of the tight kiting type strategy here, but which is actually a better strategy for an Enchantress main, because tight kiting allows you to get more stacks, so you're able to get those stuns like that. Now if I were the Enchantress, I would have just done a single stack there. She could have still worked around all those pallets and stuff, but Ripper is inside the gate. I'm making my way. I'm like, hey, I got a flare gun, and I didn't know if that axe boy was actually AFK or if he was just faking, so I end up making my way over, and I'm just gonna flare gun him to get past him, and now that's 2 survivors in the bag. So we end up deciding just to stick around to see if the randoms need any assistance here, but you can see they're making their way to first stop, and it's going to be no issue. And this is a 4-man for us, so you can see how I was able to kite that axe boy, keeping track of, besides the beginning there, but keeping track of both the fireballs and the main body there, looking behind me when I kite. Those are some pretty important factors to when you're playing Survivor to allow you to kite in higher tiers. So yeah, I hope you all learned something from this gameplay, and yeah, that's about it. Yeah, that's the game. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you want to see more Survivor gameplay, please let me know in the comment section below, and thank you all for all the support you've all been giving me on my channel. I really appreciate it. So yeah, I'll see you all next time.